Welcome to the latest season of Knit and Crochet Now. I'm your host Connie Ellison, and season 13 has something for every stitcher, from fashionable wearables to whimsical gnomes. We also feature a weekly segment with Lena Skavargason, where you learn a stitch and create a dishcloth all at the same time. We begin our season with Hearts of Flutter blankets. Beautiful multi-stitch hearts are perfect for that special loved one in your life. First up is the Textured Heart Sampler Blankets with Lily Chin. If you're looking for a fun textured blanket, guaranteed to hold your interest, you found it. The sampler blanket includes 3 different crochet heart designs. Next, travel to Lena Skavargason's studio for this week's tutorial. Make a dishcloth each week and learn a new stitch. Today's segment features open work crochet and the easy triple decrease stitch. We finish up with Brit Smeezing and the knitted Tender Hearts blanket. Welcome baby with this precious blanket filled with loads of texture. Let's meet Lily for a heartwarming crochet blanket.
From the editors of Annie's Creative Studio, Crochet World and Crochet Magazine, it's Knit and Crochet Now, presenting new designs and stitching techniques featuring Connie Ellison, Lena Skavargason, Lily Chin, Brit Smeezing. Stay tuned for knitting, crocheting, yarn, needles, and more. Today's project is Hearts of Flutter blankets.
Hi, I'm Lily Chin, and today we're going to be covering the Textured Hearts Sampler Blanket, and it features 3 ways of creating hearts. We have lace. We've also got popcorns, and then there are the nubs. And for added texture, there's even a giant bauble. So let's begin at the beginning, and we start off not with a chain, as most crochet blankets start with. We're going to actually do what is known as the foundationless double crochet. So begin with a slip knot on your hook, and you chain 2. The double crochet means you yarn over the hook first, and you go into that second chain from the hook, the one that's right by the slip knot, go in there with your hook, you pick up a loop, you now have 3. Now, we are actually doing the foundation chain and the stitch at the same time. So what you do is you yarn over and you go through 1 loop first, and you can see that makes the chain right here. And I'm going to stick my thumb and middle finger right there because that's where I will go into next. So this I sometimes call the side chain, but you go through the 1 loop, then you yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through 2 for the double crochet portion. Once more, yarn over the hook first. Now where I did the so-called side chain, where my thumb is, you want it to go underneath 2 loops there of that little side chain, and then you pick up a loop. There are 3. But you yarn over and you go through 1 first, and that forms the chain. Then you yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through 2. Notice that I stuck my finger there because that's where I will go in next. Yarn over the hook, go underneath 2 loops, pick up a loop, yarn over, go through 1 for the chain portion. Then to complete the double crochet, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And that forms your foundationless double crochet. So you do that for the required number according to the pattern. I love the foundationless stitches because you will never run out of chains. You won't have too few a chain, but it gives you a wonderful substantial bottom that actually has a little bit of give or a little bit of stretch. So that's always a good tool to have. Next up are the nubs. Not difficult. Primarily, it is a base of single crochet, but to create that raised texture, you work the extra tall treble crochet. So you wrap the yarn twice around the hook first, enter the stitch, pick up the loop. There are now 4 loops on there. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through 2. So you can see that everything is the short single, but whereas you have an overly tall treble, you poke it to the right side. In this case, it's to the front of us. If this were the wrong side, I'd poke it to the back, but you poke it to the right side, and then you single after that. And you can see that this overly long treble creates the little nub. Once more, here is the single crochet, but you do the treble thereafter, yarn around the hook twice, enter the stitch, pick up the loop. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, the overly long treble, poke it to the right side, and when you single crochet, that very tall stitch pops out at you instead. So you just have to keep track that those nubs are forming your heart pattern.